What's up, everybody? It's just another average stacker, and today is a very special day. I've been waiting to do this video for about 2 to 3 weeks, and there had been some delays in the mail. This top package had disappeared for a week or so, and then this one just was slow shipping. But we finally got everything together, and yes, this is out with the old, in with the older. If that makes any sense, which it shouldn't yet, but it will. So anyhow, we've got an unboxing today. Two things here. So let's go ahead and start with this package here, and I'm keeping it face down because it still has name and everything on it. Take the paperwork out of there, and it looks like it might be wrapped in the paperwork. I don't know if there's any information in here or not. Okay, we'll take that out. That was from the seller. Okay, I think this is just taped inside here. And what we have, maybe if I can get it off of here, is a Walking Liberty $50. Okay, yeah, so what? We've all opened up Walking Liberty $50 before. But this one's a little special because we'll do this for right a second. See if it'll pick it up. We'll put it underneath the scope here in a moment, but there we go. 1921, Denver. And why this is out with the old is because the 1921 Denver, first page full, missing 21 Denver, full, and full. So the 1921 Denver completes my Walking Liberty album. And the 1921 Denver only had a mintage of 208,000. It is the key date for the Walking Liberties. Now, let's go ahead and take a look under the scope real quick. And just to look at it, this is obviously not in any great shape. Be right back. Okay, so here we go. We've got the 1921 underneath the scope, and this is probably in about an AG3 condition, and even in this condition it was not a cheap purchase. Take a look at that mint mark on the reverse. As you can see, the D, and pretty daggone worn down, but nonetheless we do have the key date, 1921D. Let's get back to the album. Okay, back to the album here, and we are going to fill the final spot. In our Walking Liberty album. This has taken me quite a long time to fill this. I've had my Franklin album full for quite some time. Complete. Out with the old. Now, what's this about in with the older? Well, that's where we get into this envelope. And you probably have already figured out what it is. There's paperwork. There is on the other side. Open this up real quick. Liberty Head $50 Dansko album, 1892 to 1915. This is our next project. Now, what's really cool is, as you know, I had the 1921 Denver, which was the key date, and most of the key dates of the Walking Liberties were completed towards the end. And we are going to christen this album. This is your Barber half dollars, technically called Liberty Head half dollars. And they were from 1892 to 1915. And we are going to christen it with this. Let's see if we can get that to focus in here. And this is a 1913 Philadelphia Barber half. Now, why is it so cool and encapsulated? Because this is the third lowest mintage of the Barber halves, with only 188,000. Only the 1914 and 1915 Philadelphias were lower mintage. So we're starting this album off with a key date. So let me go ahead and get this out of this capsule. I don't know how that is done, so I'm going to pause this for a moment. I'll be back in just a second. All right, so that was not very difficult at all. It actually popped right out. And I went ahead and put it underneath the scope so we could take a look at it. This is in, obviously, pretty worn condition. And I haven't actually looked at... I've actually had this Barber half for quite some time, and I thought that it was given to me by one of my viewers. Then I found out that it was a key date, so now I'm questioning that. But as you can see, it's very worn down. The mint mark is generally right below the eagle's tail feathers and right above the D in dollar. So as you can see, there is no mint mark there, indicating a 1913 Philadelphia. So let's get back over to the full screen and get this put in and christen this album. All right, and as you can see, there's the capsule that it was in. 1913 Philadelphia, final page. And then we'll take a look at the mintages on this back page. I'll get zoomed in a little bit here. So the 1913, 188,000. The 1915, 138,000. And the 1914, 124,000. I'm rounding off, but we're starting this album off with a key date, and I think I'm actually going to go after the 1915 and the 1914 next. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you come along with my journey as we begin to fill this Liberty Head half dollar book. Hug a loved one, stay safe, and remember, you can't find it if you don't hunt for it. Have a good night.